Meeting of the Pages Point Development Authority. Order. Zeb is on the phone. Zeb, you there?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Zeb.
First item is
Good morning.
The agenda. There are no changes, additions to the agenda, or any objections. We will approve the agenda as presented. Previous minutes were distributed several days ago. Are there any changes to those? If not, and if there are no objections, we'll accept those as presented as well. Committee reports. Development Committee. We had a great presentation yesterday from marketing. Appreciate that, Eric, Chris, and the agency. We had the agency in here, and they went through some of the marketing. And if y'all are interested in some of the details of it, they went through how their vehicles and some of the creative. Eric and Chris can get to some of that information. We do have for you today. We also had the College of Charleston in here talking about some research they've done. So you've got their presentation. I think all of you would be interested in some of the research. So you have that before you. Any questions about any of that marketing or whatever? Museum, Susan?
Good morning. We had a good meeting too. Meredith brought us up to speed on some of the things that are happening with the museum. Our master plan for the exhibits is ongoing, still in process. They have completed redoing the dental chair, the little dentist. I'm not going in there. But anyway, that's congratulations on that. Can't wait to see that. And they're also stocking the Laffey Ship Store exhibit with 1940s sorts of items. They're going to, a group of them are going to the HINSA conference in Albany, and we'll be looking at their exhibits and collaborating with HINSA, which will be a really good thing to strengthen that relationship. There's going to be an upgrade at the Vietnam Quonset hut underway, adding artifacts, and they're updating the maintenance of the Vietnam exhibit. And from NAVSEC, the Clamagore artifacts that we've talked about putting in, they have our list. That's it.
Oh,
they have our list for the, we asked for some of the pieces. No, the Clamagore. Anyway, congratulations on all of that. It's really wonderful. And then Keith reported that the Flight Academy bookings are ahead of last year, and of course the redone Flight Academy will be starting working on that design and getting that stated. And there's exciting plans for that. Just that, and then everything else is good. School visits and the scholarship programs revamped, and just everything's good.
Great.
Is that it?
That's it.
Any questions, Susan? One thing I want to note too is that yesterday was quite a day here. I'm sort of remiss in not starting off with that. Obviously, and you could see probably as you came in this morning, there's a lot of activity out there on the pier. We're moving things off the ship. Mike and his crew are rather busy right now. I understand there are a bunch of contractors running around down lower decks, and some divers and everything else. So that's a really, really good sign. They've already taken a couple of loads off this morning. I understand, a couple of truckloads. So that is happening, and obviously we had a great event yesterday with the Medal of Honor Museum announcement about the kicking off the transformation of that museum, and I thought it went extremely well. Thank you all for being here, and good crowd, and there was a really positive feeling leaving the ship yesterday after that.
A lot going on. I'm sure you all saw the beehive of activity this morning, and then throw in an NPTU graduation. So it's just another day on the ship. It's very exciting. It's an exciting time to be at Patriots Point, and we're all really just all in on everything that's going on. So just a few little updates for you. First of all, I would like to start off by giving a big shout out to a new group that we have formed here on the ship called the Engage Brigade. And this committee has been put together for employee support and activities and team building. And so we've got a great group. We've got Katie Turner as the facilitator for this group. We have Austin Poisson, Belinda Augenball, Chris Jones, Colby Causey, Diane Brown, Carrie Williamson, Matt Franklin, and Miranda Helton. And they are supported by the Yorktown Foundation. Thank you so much to Chauncey and Megan and that team for allowing the Engage Brigade to have the ability to put on a lot of really great events that our staff is so appreciative of. We just did a Labor Day luncheon with Home Team Barbecue Catering, and we had giveaways. We had donated prizes for a raffle, and our tenants donated all sorts of wonderful prizes for the staff raffle, and that was really a great event. And there are a number of events. We've had a food truck Friday and a coffee truck come, and we have lots of plans coming up. So thank you so much to that team. That's a very exciting initiative that is really appreciated. I also want to give a big thank you to our collections and curatorial staff. Hats off on the new exhibit, the Edward Steichen. The men will always be there. Meredith Kablik and her staff and team, Brian Parsons, Jim Vickers, Gary Gibbs, Joe Bosco, Miranda Helton, and Colby Cosby have done a beautiful job in a harbor room with the 46 photographs of Edward Steichen. So immediately following the board meeting today, we'll do a little field trip down there, and Meredith will tell us a little about the exhibit. It's really, really special. We've had a couple of wonderful events that have happened recently. As the chairman mentioned, the Medal of Honor Society was a great kind of all hands event. Really went really well. We also had the 9/11 silent walk again this Monday, and it's a special event for our organization. We had a really wonderful turnout. And very powerful and moving speakers. So we're really honored to host that event every year. Tomorrow we've got Library Day, which is a new event for us, and I think we're in the second year of that. It's really a fun day, lots of fun activities. We also will have 8 POWs on board for a tour, and we're very honored to be able to host them. And I won't go through the laundry list, but you all have in front of you the calendar of ship events. So there's lots and lots more coming up on that front. We have one of our major events for the year is coming up October 5th through the 7th, and that is the Yorktown Association Reunion. This is a very exciting time for everybody on the ship. We are so excited to welcome, I haven't heard the last count, but I think we'll have around 150 former Yorktown sailors and their families on board October 5th through 7th, and they will have a 75th anniversary celebration dinner, the memorial service. They will also have a presentation of Governor McMaster's proclamation that is declared October 1st through the 7th to be USS Yorktown Veterans Week. So there'll be a ceremony for the reading of that, as well as a presentation of Tim Scott's entrance into the congressional record of the historic milestone of the association, and a meet and greet with the sailors, with the veterans. We are looking forward to hosting 4 Tuskegee Airmen on October 15th. They will be here for a meet and greet. And going in a very different direction, we will have our 3rd Halloween event where we welcome 1,500 trick-or-treaters to the ship, and it is so much fun, such a great event, and has really been embraced by the community. So we're excited to have that coming up on October 22nd. As Ms. Marlowe mentioned, we have a team that will be going to the historic Naval Ships Association meeting in Albany, New York next week. We're taking 7 of our staff will be attending that event. And October the 13th, we have staff that will be, a number of staff, we're still working on finalized numbers, that will be going to the World War II Museum in New Orleans. We have a visit set up with their teams. So incredible opportunities for all of us to learn more about what everyone else is doing. And finally, I'm very excited to share with you all that we have been working with the Charleston Race Week team. As y'all know, that event has been held elsewhere in Mount Pleasant. Last year we got it kind of late. We were thrilled to have them, and it was a fantastic event that has tons and tons of opportunity with it. So we've been working with their team and meeting with them, and we are going to form a partnership. And we are rebranding the Charleston Race Week, and it is going to be Charleston Race Week at Patriots Point. And we are incredibly excited about this. There's a lot more to come. We'll be doing a press conference. We are rebranding, creating a new logo. Our marketing team is all in on this. So lots more to come on that. There'll be a major announcement coming in the future. We have a lot we want to line up, but we're very excited to share that with you. So much opportunity there for us.
That's awesome.
And that's it.
Great job.
Quick question.
Yes,
Was
sir.
our mascot going to be at the Mount Pleasant Business Expo?
Yes, it will
Okay.
be. And Scrappy will be
So
there.
you don't need me in the scrappy suit.
Can we have you on hold
I
for
would
that?
do that. Yes, absolutely. And I was going to hand out little logo dog poop bags. That was gonna be sort of-
Creative marketing. I like it.
I'm glad.
Thank you,
I'm glad Scrappy's going to be there. That's great.
Yes,
You take
absolutely.
Scrappy.
All right. Any other comments or questions of Allison?
And Library Day on the ship's going to be very quiet.
As you can see, we have nothing for executive session today, unless there's something some of y'all need to talk about. If not, are there any public comments? If not, under other business we have, as you know, Pat.
This would be a public comment. The first captain of this ship received the Medal of Honor. His son lives here in Somerville, and his wife's name is what's painted on our our Swift boat. And this fellow aboard, Tom or Joe Boykin, brought that to my attention, and he said this is an asset we might want to look at to honor the Medal of Honor. And I don't know. We've talked about, we're not putting those up around everywhere, but I just.
Well, we're going to be tying in. I mean, obviously, the captain of the ship would be.
I have all of the.
Well,
He moved the
Alice-
ship in. This guy was
Mr. Waters, I think you might be referring to Elliot Williams.
William.
Yes.
Yeah, Elliot was,
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't the first captain. He was.
He was
Yeah,
the
yeah, he was-
PBR
Right.
boat captain,
Yeah.
and absolutely he's a Medal of Honor recipient. He was, my understanding, he was instrumental in bringing the Medal of Honor Museum here.
He was
So
very-
Well, he was referenced yesterday as potentially the most decorated.
Yeah, he was referenced. I heard that, but
Yeah.
this came from a councilman, so I thought.
I actually had the opportunity of knowing Elliot pretty well. He was a really
Oh, you
good,
did?
really good
But now
guy.
this is his son that still lives here. Or
Yeah.
lives up in Somerville.
he's in,
And-
yes.
Yeah,
Yes, he's been on the ship quite a bit. He's a great guy. When we did the fundraiser for the PBR, he was very involved in that.
Thank you. I just
great. Thanks for bringing
they
that.
brought that up.
As you know, we've been going through a process for over a year now, year and a half, with DNR to work out arrangements on the easement to support some of the Bennett development. Last night we had our last piece of the approval, well, the last piece that we control of the approval process. And with the hearing here on the ship, no public came. So, and there was no one who went to the DNR's hearing on James Island a month or so ago. But that was the last requirement we had, was to hold a hearing, so we've done that. We have a resolution here today to formally the requirement is that we have to approve it after that hearing. And then this will go to JBRC and SPA, okay, for their approval. So we've completed the process now, so the resolution of Pages Point Development Authority, approval of the amended and restated deed of conservation easement, South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. And the resolution details that we're swapping about 8 acres, maybe 5 acres of developable land for about a little less than 5 acres of the easement to put our parking lot, the Vietnam exhibit, drainage for the Bennett development, a lift station for Dominion. I mean, anyway, that's about 4.7 acres. Right along it'll be mostly along the road up there. Are there any questions about that? Is there a motion? First of all, is there a motion to?
I'll move.
Second.
Well, in second, moving second, discussion?
Just to make sure, this is no different than what we have been talking about, right? It ended up in the
That's
final
correct.
form of what we've been talking about, so we're almost doubling the acres and moving it to the waterfront.
That's correct.
Okay.
We've taken 8 acres, 8.3, it's in here somewhere.
It's 8.3.
8.3 acres on the waterfront that was previously, years ago, where the Medal of Honor, that commercial piece was, where they had planned to do a hotel. And we've taken a 4 or 5, Terry, we don't happen to have any maps like that here, do we? But we've shown y'all this, but to refresh your memory, we've got the parking lot just comes along the bottom part of the easement. It's a narrow strip. It really is a narrow strip. What Seaman and Whiteside designed for that minimally impacts the easement. Even that, and Vietnam exhibit is right over there near the circle, and again right up adjacent to the road. So that's what we're doing. Yeah. So, any other comments?
Wayne, this is
Big.
exactly the same document y'all approved in January.
Okay.
Yeah, we have
We're just
approved it before.
going through the whole process.
So it's all what we were familiar
Correct.
with.
Yeah. Nothing has changed.
All right.
Okay. If there is no other discussion, all in favor of the resolution, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. It's unanimous. Thank you for that. Is there any other business to come before the board? If not, this might be the shortest meeting on record. Next meeting is October 20th, 2023. Are we going, is there the opportunity to go see the exhibition?
Yes, we'll
Aren't
offer
we
beer.
going to do that? And I was talking to Mike back there a little right as the meeting, before the meeting started, that he can take us up to the forward brow and sort of explain what they're doing out here if you want, if you're interested in that. I know I would like to do that too.
We're talking about the staking exhibit? Yeah, I want to go see
Yes.
that.
What's
Yes.
the next meeting date? I didn't-
October 20th.
Okay.
So we'll go, is it okay, if it's okay with you, we'll do the Steichen exhibit and then go visit, get with Mike about the.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. Nothing else, meeting adjourned. Thank you for coming. Dan?
See you later. Bye-bye.